Robot Ketchup.
Welcome and hopefully welcome back to another episode of Robot Ketchup. I am your host Cameron. Today we are going to be talking about the offerings that you could get back in the 80s that were not transformable Transformers. This is the stuff that they licensed to anyone and everyone. I mean, you've got Generation 2 party hats, you've got Generation 1 party supplies, you've got a birthday candle, soap. This thing used to have shampoo in it. This was like the first thing that I started collecting when I really started going kind of nuts on Transformers. I had a few figures and then I stumbled upon these things. And man, I just got all over them. I mean, these are the watches. I know you all remember these guys. Galvatron, erasers, stamps. Like I had this eraser and I had this stamp when I was a kid. These are cool here. These Listen and Fun came with Cliff Jumper, which is technically Bumble Jumper, perhaps. The cassette that had the story on it. You could listen along, transform him, play with him. You had these guys came out from Hot Topic a while back. Not super old, but they're the original molds, and they just made keychains out of them, so they're kind of cool. This is a lot of fun. That is actually mine from when I was a kid. This has a whole extra side. You wear that red part as a chest, like an armor piece. This is a shield of sorts. There's a thing that wraps around that becomes a belt. It comes with this gun. The helmet, unfortunately, I lost over time, but you get the idea. It's little ski boots, snow boots, sand pail. That is a sleeping bag, which I'm super pumped about that. This is a lot of fun here. This is what I call the radio telephone lab. This was a radio that had this little guy on it. He doesn't transform, but he moves around. It's like an AM radio. This was kind of a newer option. Optimus Prime, you could hook up an MP3 player, and it's actually in those G1 colors instead of white. Missing the top part of this AM radio, but it's pretty cool. Reveals Optimus's face inside. This was pretty cool. A little voice synthesizer. You talk into it, and it changes your voice, kind of like Peter Frampton. This is an actual tape player. These are walkie-talkies that are maybe supposed to be Soundwave. I'm not real clear. They're real silly looking. But again, a lot of this was. These are electronic intercom telephone system, which is funny. But so it's Optimus Prime, as you can see, and there's two of them. And they connect, break apart, and they're hardwired, so you can't go too far. Another voice changer, mini headset radio. This is all just a lot of fun, and then we move up to like the actual, tape players, cassettes. This is a knockoff. You can tell mostly by the stickers here. They're backwards. Some cassette options for you, and then we move over here, and we've got more new age style stuff. You've got Optimus Prime as a PlayStation, Megatron as a Sega Master System, Soundwave as iPads, Optimus Prime as a phone, as some pens, and then some other assorted goodies down here. I'm going over a little 4 minutes, but I'm going to let it roll because I want to talk about this. This is one of the first world's smallest that I bought, and it's a little dusty, sorry, but a guy made this bootleg box for it, and I bought that about 2 years after the fact. I had to get it because it's just the presentation is just really, really good. The Linkin Park Soundwave, that's a newer version of Blaster and Friends. Shattered Glass, fellas, e-hobby fellas, and of course the Disco Blaster, which is super cool. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I certainly did. I've been setting this up all day and wanted to immediately share with you. One thing of note, this Laserbeak in cassette form does not have the rub sign on it. And when I tried to transform it, it broke to a million pieces. And this buzzsaw also does not have the rub sign on it, whereas this one does. But anyway, enjoy your day, fellas. Happy quarantine.